Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, in this video, we have our 5-week wax update. So we got our 5 waxes applied to this test panel just over 5 weeks ago. Been outside in the sun, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. As you guys know, we had the floods here in Brisbane. So it was very heavy rain for a few days. It's been dry and hot the last sort of week or so. Let's get a light going. Thing is very, very dusty. So yeah. It's getting a good range of weather. So it's going to do our 5-week wash update, and before that, let's go through our products. So we have Turtle Wax, Graphene plus ceramic paste wax. We have Collinite number 476S. We have Bowden's own Beaut beads, Gyeon Q2 wax, and Artdeshine Graphene obsidian wax. So if you guys have been following along, then you would have seen that we are basically in a race between the middle 3, the Collinite, Bowden's, and the Gyeon. So far, Gyeon has been looking the most hydrophobic. And every week before I bring it back into the garage, I kind of have a good look at it in the sun where it's sitting and seeing if I can, because there is clear squares, you can even still see sort of tape residue outlines on some of the products. So there is quite clearly a square. You can see where the wax is applied. So I've been trying to see in person, because I know on camera you can't see it, is there a difference? Do I see one that looks the best? I even asked my wife if she could notice any difference. She said she can't see anything other than the tape outlines and where they're written on, but she can't see anything. A couple of weeks ago, I felt like Artdeshine was definitely looking the best. I could see it there. Now that is basically gone. I can't really see that there. I can say I can definitely see the Gyeon though. My wife couldn't, but I don't know if it was just the way I was standing, so I was kind of to this side and the sun coming on. I could see the Gyeon looked had a little bit more gloss, and not gloss I guess, but a little bit difference to the paint and outside of the square section, so it's added a little bit of darkness. I feel like I can kind of see it here. And the Bowdens and the Collinite also a little bit, but I felt like I could see the Gyeon the most, but I think that may have been from the angle that I was sort of standing at the side. When I moved, I could kind of see it a little bit more. Turtle Wax kind of can still see, but yeah, the other 3 were looking a little bit more so, but the Gyeon, I'm going to say, still looking great. Artdeshine I couldn't really see, if I'm honest. So yeah, what we'll do now is we're just going to give it a rinse down, check our initial hydrophobics. So let me just get my hose set up onto a right setting. So let's just rinse this down. Oh, I had some sort of soap in my hose, it seems. Oh yeah, I did actually use this in a bucket last, so yeah, got a little pre-wash there. So yeah, rinse this down. I mean, you can clearly see some of them extremely hydrophobic, some not so much. But yeah, these middle 3 still looking great. So let's just grab our wash mitt out. And we'll just give this a quick contact wash. Get all the contaminants off. I'll let this dwell for a minute or so. We'll rinse it off and we'll see how they look. Okay, let's go ahead and rinse this down. You get all of this residue, all the soap and any existing residue off. Okay, so that should about do it. So just looking at them as they dry, we can see it's still looking the same as last week at the 1 month update. But so the Turtle Wax is still hanging on. It's definitely not as hydrophobic as the others. Let's just go ahead and see if we can flood the entire Turtle Wax section. I mean, still not quite. It's still starting to sheet at the top and the bottom in the corners before we can completely flood it. So, and you can see the water sheeting off pretty well. And does take a little bit of time, but it is still hydrophobic enough to sheet that water completely off. So now we'll move our camera along a little bit. Let's check out the Collinite. So you should be able to see that quite well there. We'll try the same thing, try and flood that entire section, which as you can see, far too hydrophobic. Water disappearing as it hits the panel, very different to turtle wax, and then as soon as you let go of the hose, it starts to run off, and you get the nice beads happening as well. So still looking great for the Collinite at 5 weeks. Coming on a little bit more, check out the Bowden's own. So yeah, definitely unable to flood that entire section. Extremely hydrophobic still, and water running straight off. So I reckon it's still too hard to call between the Collinite and the Bowdens. They are both just looking great. Can't really see any one that I'd give the edge over the other. Where we have been giving an edge so far though is this Gyeon. So sorry about the shaky camera, just trying to get everything in shot. So here is the Gyeon. This so far has been looking the most hydrophobic. So obviously we aren't able to flood that just like the last two. Too hydrophobic for that. And yeah, I feel like it is still a little bit more hydrophobic than the Bowdens and the Collinite. But all three of those pretty good at 5 weeks. Nothing crazy, obviously, but they're still looking like as they did, basically. If they were like this at 3 months, I'd be very impressed, but 5 weeks, it's good. I've seen a lot worse. So I'm not gonna say they're incredible. Go out and buy them as soon as possible. They could start to fail within any number of weeks now, but yeah, at 5 weeks, I'm pretty happy with them. And lastly, the Artdeshine. Now, as you can see, this one, quite easily able to completely flood that. Now it is still, I'll make sure I get that whole thing. It's like the turtle wax, it is still starting to sheet off as I'm going. So you can see it starts, the edges, it starts to climb up, meet itself in the middle, and it will sheet all that water off. So it's still there, it's still doing something. It's just, yeah, not anything too hydrophobic. The looks aren't really there anymore. The water behavior is not there, obviously. So for like a show wax, if you have a dark colored car, then I could say you would be very impressed with the looks it'll give you. But for me, I'm looking for both the hydrophobics and the looks. So it's not really something that I would continue using. But yeah, like a black or any dark colored car that you do take to shows and you want to put that on, you know, the night before, and it's going to be sitting in the sun, you'll be pretty happy with that. Just don't expect any crazy water behavior. So yeah, that is our flood or our rinse test. Sorry about that camera there, she's all over the shop. So yeah, you can see they're all basically dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the water onto a mist function. So I'll do that now. And we will go ahead, go over the entire panel, try and get some beads going. Okay, there we go. And we'll swap over to the other camera now so I can bring that in nice and close for you guys to see. So we'll start back the other direction where we just were with the Artdeshine. So yeah, same thing, not really anything to look at. The beading is basically gone. We'll move over to the Gyeon, and as has been the case, looking amazing. I'll just chuck the light on. So yeah, really nice beading in the Gyeon. Very happy with this product. Actually, today, same day I filmed this video, I'm actually going to be filming another video on this product. Going to do a bit of a review, and I'm actually going to use it on my ceramic coated car. So yeah, keen to see how it does for the user experience for doing something other than just this little square. The Bowden zone, which we've already done a few videos on, applied that to quite a few cars now, plus done a review, so we know we really like that, the way it is to work with on a whole car. Very great wipe off for that product. And for the beads, still looking really nice, living up to its name, of course, of Beaut beads. So yeah, I'm really happy with this stuff. I know this will last quite a while yet, because one of the cars we did a video on, it's a Workmate, a red GT, FPV GT thing. He would bring that to work. He was daily driving at the time, and it was looking great for months. So the Collinite, as has been the case, really nice. So yeah, these three, Collinite, Bowdens and Gyeon, so far very happy with them. Collinite was not the best user experience of applying. I can imagine when I do a whole car with it, my arm will start getting a bit sore from just wiping it off, because it doesn't have the smooth wipe off that the Bowdens does and that the Gyeon did on this small section, which we're about to find out if it's like that for the whole car. And lastly, for the beading, is the turtle wax. So you can see, still looking better than the Artdeshine, but still, you wouldn't call this nice beading, nice water behavior. So yeah, there we go. And last thing I will do, I'll just grab the hose again, and we'll just show you the hydrophobics of holding the mist function on and letting go. So you can see that Artdeshine slowly sheets that water away. The Gyeon is going to be a very different story. So you're going to look at the way that that water hits it, instantly turns into beads that roll in together and sheet off. So yeah, and as soon as we let go, there's no water sticking at all. It is instantly gone. So that's something that is the most telling. If we keep doing this, and in another couple of weeks it starts to sort of stick, not to that extent, but starts to sort of stick a little bit more, we'll know that it's starting to get a bit of a change. The Bowdens hasn't been as hydrophobic as the Gyeon, nor has the Collinite, but really there isn't much in it at all. It's just that it's slightly noticeable. So you see that the water is instantly turning into beads and larger, just sheeting off the water as soon as you let go. You can see that as soon as we let go, it is instantly gone. So I don't know, I feel like there isn't much in between these two. But yeah, to me it's looking like the Gyeon's just a little bit more hydrophobic. And the Collinite. So I'm sort of seeing the water hitting and slightly sticking now with the Collinite. I noticed it last week. So I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but it's kind of, you can even see that little bit of water that's stuck. It's not quite as hydrophobic as it was. So compare the Bowdens. There's nothing left when we let go. And this one, it's subtle, but I am noticing this Collinite slightly changing. Nothing bad at all. It's just that I can probably quite easily say now, first place for most hydrophobic at this stage is the Gyeon. Second is now the Bowdens, whereas before I couldn't call between these two, the Collinite and the Bowdens. So now I'm going to say third for the Collinite. Fourth is still going to be the turtle wax, because that water still does sheet off a lot faster than the Artdeshine. So yeah, it does take its couple of seconds there. You compare something like that to that. So yeah, there we go. That's 5 weeks in. Pretty happy with some of these. Let's have a good look at these larger beads that happened from that holding the mist on there. So yeah, there we go. The turtle wax as well. So that's the Collinite. That's the Bowdens. That's the Gyeon. And that is the Artdeshine. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is 5 weeks. So will be a 6th week test as well. What I would like to hear, should I keep doing weekly? 6 week, I think I'll do 6 week regardless, because then if I go to 2 weeks, I can go 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. 12 weeks will be the 3 month, 8 weeks will be the 2 months. So it's probably a better way to do it. But or would you guys just want to keep seeing it weekly, just because you can see slight changes starting to happen now. I'm seeing that the Bowdens are sort of catching up to the Gyeon a little bit. The Collinite's slipping a little bit behind, but still, nothing you'd notice if you're just watching the card. Just because I'm holding that mist function on, I'm seeing just the water sticking a little bit more. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the 3, like I said. So I'd like your guys' feedback. How would you like me to continue this? But yeah, if you did enjoy this and you're enjoying this series, then please give the video a thumbs up down below. It really does actually help the channel. Leave me a comment down below. Surprisingly, I know YouTubers say it and stuff all the time, but leaving likes and comments does actually help the channel. It boosts and shows YouTube that people are engaging with the content, and it'll then share it on to more people who haven't previously watched or have watched 1 or 2 videos and then not seen anything for a while. So that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're not already. There is plenty more videos like this with the tests to come. There's also plenty more other videos like reviews of the products singly, full car details. So yeah, subscribe if you would like to keep up to date with the videos that I'm making. But yeah, with all that said, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much for all the support. We just hit 1,500 subscribers on the channel just before filming this. So I'm blown away with the positive feedback you guys are giving. So yeah, thanks so much. But until next time, I will catch you guys later.